Hey guys, how's it going? July 16th, 2022, and we're back here in Waycross because, well, we wouldn't be anywhere else, I guess. so, yeah, the yard was like that because of the last hunt, but I'll have to try another one. Yeah. So, made some changes. There's some there's good and bad changes that I made with the addition of the fake industries. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to make a decision now. You'll be noticing too. It says it's 5:10 p.m. because I did change the hours. That was one change I did make as of this weekend. So we are now on a actual schedule of the server. So I just got done playing with my son, taking turns. Like, he just had the last shift there of American Truck Simulator. I actually downloaded Flight Simulator too early on, but he came back down. I knew he was coming down, so I got it downloaded and then went right into American Truck Simulator for like 3 hours. So that was pretty cool. It's nice to have that downtime too. It's just the server's not that busy. Turtle was on around the 5 o'clock mark, but he was pretty much ready to take off anyways, he was saying, so that worked out good. But the schedule is posted under the server info. It does have, and I will put reminders. I just put another reminder that the server's up until tomorrow once again. What time did I say it was? 1 p.m. I better double check that, because I might have to edit that. Should be 1 p.m. Because I got a funny feeling I'm still getting used to it. Yeah, 1 p.m. So 1 p.m. tomorrow. So this is the longest stretch, is between 1 p.m. and 9 p.m. So there is a huge stretch on Sundays. It is the longest break that I take from the server, and then everything else here, you'll see the rest of the schedule. So I go from 9 p.m. Sunday all the way through till Tuesday. So this is the longest stretch that we're on. I don't take the server down on Mondays because don't need to. I mean, we'll watch stuff on YouTube or whatever, but that doesn't affect the server any. What does affect the server is if I'm trying to do internet searching and stuff like that while I'm trying to do a live stream. I noticed that. That has to do with this new internet that we have. I think there's bandwidth issues. So when there's myself and 2 others upstairs using different things, it has its issues. But for the most part, the server is stable, so that's good. And I've been told that it's stable. So we go another 44 hours where I don't take the server back again on Wednesday. So again, from Tuesday at 9 p.m. all the way through to Thursday at 5 p.m. another 44 hours. So we shut down Thursday between 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. We do the same thing Friday night between 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. So it's only there for 20 hours. Another 20 hours between Saturday between 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, which was tonight's one. This is the long one. This only puts the server up for starting now for another 16 hours. So you're gonna start seeing daylight and daytime, or sorry, daylight and nighttime. It's just, that's the way it is, and it has a benefit. It has a benefit for myself, so that I don't have to feel like I'm a prisoner to the server. Yeah, especially if it's not doing much but just sitting there. It's a waste. And I don't have more than one computer, so, and I can't do multiple things on it, unfortunately, other than watching internet and YouTube, and thus, we've been doing a lot of that lately, and I had to put an end to it for sure. And the server doesn't support that amount of people. If there was more people on the server, I think my son would be more interested. He's not that interested at the moment. He is somewhat, but I don't think he's as interested. He's interested in Fitzgerald, but he definitely loves American Truck Simulator. I knew that, so I think we enjoyed that today. Anyways, there's more things that I have to go through as far as changes. I've literally, there's been times where I've considered taking the server down, and that's not a threat or anything like that. I love Run8. I support Run8. This isn't a Run8 issue. This is really getting to a point where what I want, it's not happening exactly, and I have to find a way around it. Being trapped in Waycross is not my ideal of fun. This gets very boring after a while, especially when I can't get the system to work exactly the way I want it to just yet. It needs to be tweaked. I didn't like it how it was before. Now it's better in some ways because the cars are better, but in other ways it just fills up that bowl way too quick, and I need to diversify it. Unfortunately, which a lot of times means when you try to spread it out, I find like ideally I would like to be able to have cars for every industry heading in the other direction, or every location in the other direction, plus have ones so that it like have ones that basically not every train have the same probability, but at least have the same, like coming inbound, it should have the same probability of cars coming in as far as I can tell. That includes supplies to industries. The problem with that is the ones that have higher weights, when I call weights, not weights as in tonnage or anything like that, the ones that get called more often overpower the ones that get very little. So the probability just gets thrown right out of whack, at least from what I can tell. I may try it a few times just to see this cycle that's coming up. I actually don't know when that cycle ends because I gotta adjust the cycle parameters because it's all screwed up right now. That's something I gotta do probably tomorrow. For now, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna adjust the adjust the new schedule to another sheet so that I can get everything in there, but for now I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to look at the trains that I do want to bring in and we'll take it from there. So looking at nothing activity wise, so I'm going to go ahead and open the sheets up. This is why the sheets were slow on me a few times as well too, because I'm streaming. So I'm streaming and trying to do this, so it takes it really takes a bandwidth hit, I find, especially if I'm making changes. But I'm going to take a look at the let's see here. Is it the matrix? No, I don't want to do that one. I think it's the logistics. Yeah. Okay. I still have to update the trains that are coming in. I gotta put a flag in here or something so that I know when I've actually updated the stuff. Maybe I'll look into that today. We'll see, or this evening. I call today because it's still light out. So in the game. Okay. So I ran 6. What would be the next ones to come in? There's not too many left. Of course, there's that one. This is just screaming for those industries. 2:30 a.m. this morning, or yesterday, I should say. That one's not so bad right there. I think I'll bring this one in. Oh, I gotta bring that one in right there. That's the one I gotta bring in. So 7, 8, and then the rest I'm gonna have to. I got 4 more industries that I have to add. I'll do that tomorrow morning sometime. try to get myself through it, and then at least I'll have all the fake industries in. Then I can readjust everything, and I'll also work on the scheduling system and all the other stuff. But I'll do that offline tomorrow morning. But we'll start with here. So I got Q647. So what it does is it brings in supplies for everything. I would love to balance it out, but I don't think I can. I would still love to try. I may try to do it next cycle and see. Like spread it out a little bit more, give it a little bit more competition, and see what happens. But you know, there's a process involved in this. So the trains, they make them in a certain way and all that other stuff. Oh, I wanted to do another one too. I want to bring in the supply train for Jacksonville. That's another one I got to try, and I might try it a different way, but we'll see. So that should be fine. 7, 8. So I'll do Q647. I think they all do the same stuff. Well, they don't necessarily, but so Q647 comes in. We'll see this tonight because we're on for at least 3 hours. About 3 hours, let's say. That's what I'm shooting for. I had 10 hours sleep last night, so I am slept in and all the other crap. Fitzgerald, okay. So let's go ahead and do Q647 on the yep. Q647. There it is. Oh, I got tagged for industries. It's tagged for industries, but I don't have any. Okay. Maybe I was going to do it and I didn't do it? I don't know. Beats the hell out of me. Baldwin, Mulberry. That's it? Oh, that's that as required one that I wasn't going to bother with. Okay, so let's just do this one here. Whoa, what happened there? Okay, let's do this one then. Q409. I mean, I could do it, but I don't know. Get out of there. Get out of there, I said. Q409. Where's Q409 coming from? Probably coming from the other way. It's an as required train. I mean, I could run it, but I really don't feel like running it right now since it's not supplying anything. Nahanta sub. Oh, it's a Selkirk train. Okay. So I go here. Q409. 409? I don't know what the hell it was. So we'll go ahead to go to Wiki. Fixed freight. Q409 is already there, so tag that for industries. Filter that, and let's see what we got. I know some people are you know, this is way over their head and all this other stuff. There's a purpose for this, believe me. Wait a minute. We got two of them that are like this? Okay. I gotta bring one of them in, as far as I can tell, because they're both... None of them supply industries. Or yeah, none of them do. So what am I left with? Put an X here. I'm gonna put an X there. So the only ones I got are this one that requires the new stuff. Oh, wait a minute. No, it doesn't. Hang on a second. CFL, yeah, that requires new stuff. When I mean new stuff, I mean CFL. So that requires new stuff. Those are new stuff, and that's new stuff. So everything that I have is going to be relying on the other. I'm not going to worry about that for now. Let's just run the yard. I'll worry about that tomorrow morning when I wake up. Because all these are doing is supplying Baldwin and Mulberry, and I got enough problems. Like I said, I want to get out of... I would love to get out of this yard and be able to share the yard duties with a couple of different people and, you know, do stuff like that type thing. Now, let's see what tracks we've got to hump. We've got engines to get off of those, so we've got 2 trains. Let me check my last instructions, because I don't think anything has been done since those. Wow, look how slow that is. Is my damn internet down again? No, it's there. It's just slow as hell. Okay. So A768 can still be run at a local 9. Well, we can't run a local yet because we're still stuck in the yard. Power for arting last can be removed. Power can also be removed from trains Q541, Q85 from R01, R02. That's the ones that just came in. R09 can be humped. R09 can be humped, prepared to trim. Oh yeah, so see, this is why GFL, this is what I was starting to see, and I was just like, man, that's just overloading that freaking location. But due to overflow, trim Baldwin GFL Mobile to build Q631. So we'll have another train that comes out. And then R08 can be humped with the same restrictions. Unhappy, frowning face, or whatever. So I gotta get them ready. So it looks like we're doing R09 and R08. But we'll get that together, and then I'll see. Originally I was going to I was just going to send everything out that I could for supply and just say screw it, but actually, come to think of it, we're getting very close to that. Wrong way. What was my timing on that anyways? Again, wrong way. So originally I was going to send Q457 out 6 a.m. yesterday. That didn't happen. So I could try to build Q457 while I'm doing that. See how it goes, but I'll have to focus on both things here. That's fine. Okay, so we got the hump power there. Where's my other hump power? I'd actually like to get this stuff done first. Dude, he's all the way down here. Holy crap. Okay. So like I said, I'm still enjoying Run8. This is I love this yard. I really do. We just don't have the manpower. Oops. Might have a switch against me, which I think I do. Yep. Well, actually, I don't have to go down that way at all, because I'm here. Which ones did I say I can do? R09 could be humped. Okay. Oh, even the channel's dead tonight. So hopefully this schedule helps a bit. That's what I'm gonna try for at first. I still think I want to screw around with the way these yards fill up, but we'll get through this cycle first. We're not there yet, so. All right. Oops. Yeah, accrue that. Like I said, though, I do enjoy running this yard. I just wish there was more benefit towards it as far as what we do. If we had like 6, 7, 8 people, I could see this yard being very, very beneficial. And there was a time, I remember there was a time where people were asking, oh yeah, I want to run Waycross. I'm like, no. At the time we weren't really ready for it, and then, you know, I was trying to get things organized. I think I've always been like that. Let me just make sure that the track is stopping itself. Probably that was the best way to do it right there. All right. Okay, so R09, so if I want to go into the Waycross chart, yeah, this is where we run into difficulty with GFL. So that being said, we got to take a look at what this is coming off of as far as GFL is concerned. So we got a lot of New Orleans stuff on this end. Mobile. Here's some GFL right away, but there's not much. So the empties are fine. Now, if we get lucky and it's towards the end, we're really good. I haven't checked that. Here's the GFL. So, almost towards the end, so that's not too bad. Now, there are some local stuff on here. In fact, I think there's local stuff on both of them. Let me just double check that. I think I did see that. Because if there's no local stuff, then we can just go ahead and build the other one. So far, I don't see it. FCRR is the only one. Okay. Well, we'll let that go. Let's take a look at the amounts that we've got right now. So we've got, we don't have too much in there, really. So we probably could use some more and just delay that train anyways. Now really, A767, I think that's a pecan train. I should have put what they were in here. Let me see if it's in the matrix here. Let me find a different number for those. So you got the orange. Yeah, one's a pecan. Wrong one. The other three are the ones we're looking at here. I don't know what the hell. I'm trying to get this thing to... That's what we got. Waycross chart. Okay. So I'm going to put that into a different color. Cyan? No, I've already got cyan. I already used that. I can use a hot pink, I guess. Sanford's a different color. Actually, you know something? I'm gonna turn these into purples. There we go. So the only thing that should be coming out of that is stuff for these guys right here. So we got 753, 759, Y124, and 8764. We're not getting it in the first one. We know that because we've already seen it. Just FCRR. That's going to Taft. The other one has 753. Just 753. That's good. So if I can get 753 in there, that at least gives me a bit of a train to run. FCRR, I'm not too worried about that. That can save. I'm not going to run a train all the way down there just for that. So the pecan train or whatever can supply that, and I think I have another train that's scheduled to come in that I will release tonight. Okay. It's not too much to do, but wait now. One, I gotta see how these react down here, but we'll figure that out. Actually, we can probably do that from the tower. Wait till I get to about 3/4 of the train, then get ready to stop the hump. Okay. Be back in a minute. Just gonna grab a snack. Then I'll check the chat. These are all New Orleans and Mobile. Okay, so we got the GFLs coming now. I think these are the ones I gotta watch out for, but see how it goes. thing I was thinking is what it could be is not necessarily giving everyone a location, but giving a lot out. See how that goes. When I talk about competition too, and I'm not talking about competition between servers or anything, it's got nothing to do with that. I just worry about my server, especially in version 3, because I can do everything that I have to do. When I say competition, the word competition, just to be clear, I'm talking about competition between industries calling for particular cars. So when you have that competition of the various industries coming in, calling for demand, the little guys, it's kind of like the servers in a way, like the old argument with the servers and the little guys. Yeah, I can say that, but it's got nothing to do with that. It works the same way. Competition works the same way wherever. The ones that are the ones that are stronger are the ones that are going to get the most out of it. So when you talk about the industries that are calling, what ends up happening, the way the system is you don't have a demand base. You have a demand based system based on random numbers. So it's like having, you divide a pie into 100, and you have a few industries that take 1, and then there's a lot that take 4, 8, and 100's a bad example. Like 300 is a good one that we use. I've seen 300 used for some of them. So what we do is we throw 300 at it. It ends up only taking a car, a train load of maybe 100 cars, let's say. So it ends up splitting that in by 3 as it is. A lot of times, certain places just don't get anything, which is okay. But sometimes you can wipe it. You can get too competitive to the point where those little guys aren't ever going to get anything, and that's not what you're looking for. And it's all based on probability, which is something I don't like to base on. So here's my example of this. If you're an industry and you need X product so many times a year, or so many times per month, or whatever the case may be, this isn't about you competing with other cars. That's simply a car that is going to be demanded and required. So it's going to go on. It's going to go on a train or be required to be put onto a train. This is where the original RTS software was able to do it pretty good. It didn't do it perfectly. I've thought about going back into playing around with the track databases at Bolin, and basically, I'd probably do Bolin, Callahan, and the ones I'm doing right now, and kind of get an idea as to how feasible it would be to do a RTS version 1 style software update. So like I said, the wheels are still spinning. What I'm doing is I'm trying to control the amount of effort it takes for the amount of results that we're getting. And what I mean by that is we're not getting as much demand on the server as it needs for the amount of effort that I'm putting into it. So in order for that to work, in order for it to be more enjoyable or more realistic, we really have to control things to make it as smooth running as possible, so that I'm not stuck trimming a yard constantly when I don't need to be, when realistically I wouldn't have to trim that yard as much as I do. There's the other option too. What I was thinking of as well is to avoid Waycross altogether. Waycross has 2 locals. It has this big huge yard that I love. I was thinking of just running A-line. And it's an option. And what that would do is that would basically bring back having trains. The only train that would actually have a demand structure in it would be the ones supplying the locals. So really, you don't need the many, supply things in between and all that. You can just run trains, and they would just go down the Callahan anyway. So they go between Callahan and Rice Pond, or Callahan and Winnaker, and they can be part of the trains that go through. So realistically speaking, Folkestone becomes a much more realistic traffic. Right now, it's not, because we can't run manifests. The place where things died down, it's not the industry, it's not the location, it's not the Jacksonvilles and the Tafts and all that other stuff that gets tied up. This is where everything gets tied up, which leaves me to keep going with this. I love this little sequence here. That's neat. And I love Waycross. I really love Waycross, but I may have to give it up for now and see what happens down the road. Because the bottom line is this: as much as I love Waycross and I love doing that, realistically speaking, I mean, now Switcher, he likes working the one there. He'll work a few different things. So Jacksonville could be a 1-2 man operation potentially, because there's enough locals in there. Who knows, right? Now the question is, how do we get the AI information quick enough and all that other stuff? But that's stuff that's easy to do too. Okay, so we're still a little ways away here. Did we actually start pushing those other cars? I'm not too sure if that happened or not. I don't think so. What are those other cars? Oh, these are those are that's the other side of the yard. We don't have to worry about that because we don't have anything going in that direction. In fact, just to avoid issues, no, I better not do that. In the past, I could just delete those cars, but since they're in our AEI system, I'll leave them alone. Now, I know New Orleans and Mobile are going to get close, but there's the local, there's the blocking. Oh, I already got some pecans in there. Oh, okay. I don't have them listed here, but I have 862. But technically I have all that as well, so that's good to know. I forgot about that. That's a local there. So if that's the case, hold on a second here. If it's not going to come into anything else, are these guys going to have anything? What are we looking for here? So 753, 759, Y124. Alright, that doesn't have any. Oh yeah, there's that 753. So we do want to hump that next one before I do that. Okay. Oh yeah, I was gonna check the chat. Oh, here we go. Got some chats now. What changes? Oh, a lot of changes. Law Trader, you've been ATSing. I'll talk about the changes in a minute. Jesus, Murphy, holy cow. Oh, Sean, what are you going to do with you? Hopefully had contacted with CSX for movements of containers via the tracking sector to those locations away from the rails. Containers? Containers? What are you talking about? Hopefully had contracted with CSX for movements of containers via the tracking for the trucking sector. No, I don't care about them. Oh, are you talking about ATSing? Okay, I don't care about that. They don't that doesn't even work in ATS, but I wish it would. Hey Sean, Bob. Consider players adopt an industry. Yeah, you mentioned about that before. They could control every facet for. Problem is, I don't have enough people to adopt anything. They could control every facet of the chosen company car amounts, type, how often. Yeah, that's possibility though. I mean, you can adopt more than one, so. Even when I'm doing that though, the issue, it's not a huge issue really. I mean, I could technically go into the train maker upper too. That's always a possibility. We're not talking about a lot of trains, so it's a possibility. I'd rather have an automated approach to it and have the RTS software, or be able to generate it that way, but it's a possibility. Team effort. It worked great for the time with Esmeralda and users. Yeah, it's a possibility, Scott. I never thought of that because you had mentioned that before. But yeah, I'm open to that. That's certainly an idea, and I've been asking on the Discord for ideas as well too. But I'm watching Mobile here. The computer says I can fit, but I just want to make sure. And I love the AI system. Works good for this, but I haven't given up on Waycross just yet, though. I want to try. I think I want to try getting. How much more do I have here with Mobile? Okay, there's the GFL. Okay, good. Now the GFL is going to overflow. That's where we're going to have to stop the hump, but yeah, Mobile's fine. That's okay, you can watch if you can't. We all have our issues. I mean, if I was to take the server down because it wasn't fitting my needs or whatever, I'm letting down a few people, but I'm not letting down that many. Shit happens. But otherwise, it's working pretty, things are working pretty good. Why do I have a train coming out of the friggin'... Oh, I know why. I forgot to set it to relinquish. These things don't give a rat's ass about running out of track. You gotta relinquish them. If you don't, it calls a signal, even though there's a switch against it. So see that right there? I was wondering why that wanted to go somewhere, but I'll relinquish that now. There, see? That takes care of that. So yeah, tomorrow morning I will work on that. I do like having the hours though, and being able to... It works. It's a win-win, I think, because it doesn't take away that much. I'm still running 5 full days worth of availability on the server, and it runs over a 24-hour period. It just, I tend to, usually the only time I take it down is either 5 to 9, or in the case of tomorrow, will be 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. And I may not even use the computer in those times. I'll just shut it down, let it cool off, and go out or something like that. It's just to try to get it into a format that I'm able to put into the spreadsheets as well. That's something I'm gonna probably work on tomorrow morning. So let me see. Is that Mobile, or is that this one should be the last Mobile, or is this one New Orleans, or GFL? I mean, sorry. Oh, he's going down there too. Where's the GFL going? Let's take a look at this here. Oh, okay, GFL's right beside it. Perfect. How much room do I have for GFL? Tons, but it will overfill according to the AI data. So with the AI data, is what it's showing me here, is R09 will overfill 680 with R09. Mobile had 68 less. Now it looks like it's not that bad. It actually looks like I have more room, so I might update that, because it looks like I have a lot more room in Mobile. It says I have it would only be 68 free, but it looks like I have, I would say, I'm going to give myself another 250 feet at least. So to update that, I have to go into, not here, I have to go into the matrix. So 1920, what did I say, 250 feet? Uh, 250 feet, 2170. So anytime I come up with a number that's more closely matching what it actually is, I update it. Because a lot of the measurements I took were kind of like examples or close, I don't know what you call it there. So now I'm going to go ahead and pull Mobile anyways, because the next one's going to call it again anyways. GFL will pull that. There'll still be 2100. Now it'll be interesting to see how much GFL gets. I'd love to be able to stop it at the right moment, and I may focus on doing that just so I can get an accurate GFL. I'm going to go ahead and mark that green, just because that's an amount that we actually got. And I might even start changing these and putting in my own, instead of calling from that other database. But So R08's next on the docket. Again, I like it when it was going in and spreading it all out like this one is. I prefer that over just selectively running like a train like goes to 3 different industries. It's kind of stupid. Or 3 different locations. In that case, why not run 3 different trains? Save this mess. Yeah, it's gonna fill up somewhat quick. How much more do I have? Ah! Are we sure we're gonna overfill? Okay, what's next here? FCRR. Oh, we got, okay, so we got Baldwin. Baldwin FCRR. That's it? I'm gonna let it overfill. Then we'll know for sure. So here's Baldwin. The other one has its empty track, so it's fine. Oh, I got away with it. How much more we got coming down? 3, 6. Yeah, it's gonna be a little tight, but that's okay. They're not gonna block the other line. It may end up stopping the hump anyways. It'll do it automatically if it says too many went through a switch or some crap like that. So I think we're okay to just let it go for now. But I'll get my my trim ready in a minute here. Hey Jason, how's it going? So this one might overfill. Let me just take a look at that chart here again. What do we got here? So we've got R09. Okay, so this is all going into the bowl. Okay. So now, when you go into the transfer here, let's chart. Now we haven't taken everything out of that yet, so. But we're gonna have to trim Golding, Florida, Mobile. These are the two you gotta watch out for. A753 should make it. Yeah, here comes where GFL's gonna overfill. And we were expecting this, so the hump will, if it pukes up, it will puke up, but it's not going to block. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So it predicted an overfill, but again, like I said, the estimates for the capacities are not perfect. Wow, that's about right on. It's going to be almost right there. Cool. So that's why I'm putting these greens once I have the capacity. Like I know Mobile's at 2170. Everything else should be okay. Okay, so it's going to overfill by a tiny bit. So there's your capacity right there. The less, actually, I'll go ahead and I'll take 150 off of it. See, it's going for the other ones now because I don't want it to foul. So 150 off of that. What's in there now? So 150 off of that. I'll go with 2440. So 2440 in GFL now. In the matrix, 2440 GFL. I got 2540. Why is that? Oh, I had stuff in it already. So I already had it at 2540. So what the hell's going on? Did I screw that up? 2540 is S6. Ah, wrong one. Oh, it's going for S7. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. QRS7. Oh, that's capacity. Well, what the hell was I looking at? S7. Well, it's capacity. It's right here. What the hell have I got that up there for? Okay, now I'm lost my concentration because I was looking at the wrong value here. This is the value I'm looking at changing. Bleh. I just puked all that up. Okay, let's try that again. So how much over are we? 60 footers, 120, 240. Yeah. I'd be comfortable with 300. Just to be on the safe side. So, what's in there right now is 2,540. So 2,240 could be a good capacity. Ah, 2,240. I got all these charts mixed up. Gotta simplify it a little bit. Okay, here we go. That's the one. Capacity. 2,240. Wrong one. There we go. So yeah, see, there's your 300 over. We take that out. We take R09 out. Now we have to trim first, so I gotta trim GFL, Mobile. Those two have to go, but I gotta look at my instructions first anyways. So I'll figure that out in a minute. Let this finish up anyways, before I worry about that. Well, it's about to finish up. Okay, perfect. Oh! Yeah, it works okay. The AI system works really good. And I got the, do I even have the software on? I didn't even put the software on. I'm not even running the software. It's a good thing I didn't run anything out. Or in, I should say. So the software, I've taken the server down for a few hours in a day now because I don't have that much demand, so I'm running it, sometimes 4 hours off. Tomorrow I'm going to take it off for 8 hours on a Sunday. So, but the software goes like this. Where can I find it? There we go. Let's run the software. I forgot to turn it back on. That's the only problem, is I forget to turn it back on. Get out of here. So, no, it's not yet. AI. Go into the AI folder. That. Minimize that. The hump's done. Updates all the AIs across all regions. And it'll do it again in another 15 seconds. So every 15 seconds it loops. If nothing's changed, the updated doesn't come across. There we go. And that's how that works. So that runs in the background. I was wondering where it was. I was just like, oh shoot, I forgot to turn it back on. But right now I'm only collecting data. I'm writing data, but I'm only collecting data right now out of these guys. The last train I had at West Waycross was Q545. So it's just pulling the last train. Q127 was the last mainline train that went through, and then everything else it'll start pulling. Actually, the last mainline before I shut down the server last, which was at 5 p.m. this evening. Brought it back up at 9 p.m. But yeah, it's not too shabby. Okay, so he's coming down to me. Well, while he's finishing up there, I'm just going to go use the facilities. I'll just be a minute, and then we'll trim that up and get the other if you need anything for me to do to help you cut with this, make me a list. If you need anything for me to do to help you out, I'm sorry, it looks like cut from here. I don't know what you could do in that matter. Everything seems fine. Unless you have, do you actually have lengths and meters? Well, okay, I'll think of a few things, Jason. The only thing I can think of as far as what it uses is what is it? There's the tare weights on car types. So the non what do you call it? There's a decimal value. So the TMU, I know that it used to be in the old files that were open, but I don't have access to that. None of us have access to that anymore, unless you guys have access to it. But because the files have been locked up for, I think was it version 2? Yeah, it must have been version 2. That's okay. I can convert it for meters. So if you have the meters, if you have the lengths, and then up to the curve radiant of those tracks, I could always use that. There's no rush on that though. That'd be a big help. So the lengths are good, but the tare weights of car types and the fully loaded, fully empty. So yeah, I guess it would be the fully empty weight. Sorry, fully empty weight. That sounds stupid. The empty weight and the fully loaded weights of car types. That information would be perfect, Jason. That's if you can help me out with that. No rush. I'm not in a hurry. Right now I'm using a lot of estimates, but that's okay. Yeah, and everything's metric. Yeah, so that's fine. I can convert that. Not the problem. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Be back in a minute, guys. I'm just gonna use the facility here, and then we'll get the other hump going. We'll trim that, get the other hump going, and I think that'll be done. Well, we'll find something else to do. I'll be back. All right. So, where's my mat? There it is. Okay. Sounds good, man. Oh, you gotta measure the bolt? Oh, I thought you already had those. I guess you wouldn't have those. No rush for the bolt tracks, man. Maybe when I email you, if you measure those, yeah, then at some point. And there's no rush for any of that, Jason. We're doing good. Okay, so I know what I have to pull. Get these guys started up. Okay, what were my own instructions? I can't remember. So that was Q541, Q685. Wait a minute. Where's the build part? 876 can be blocked in local R10. Power can also be removed from inbound trains Q541 and Q685 from R12. R09 can be hump repair to trim GFL while humping due to overflow. Trim Baldwin GFL mobile. That's it. Baldwin GFL mobile. Okay. Which one? Q631. Okay, so you are. Whoop. Q631. I thought I saw you there. There you are. Oh, we're gonna do you, huh? So Baldwin GFL mobile. Fair enough. Okay, so I guess we'll take mobile first. I don't think I cleared out that last outbound train, now that I remember. I think I better do that. You go into the AEI data before I forget. Check the AEI first of all. Okay. Yeah, we had forwarding 13 there. Okay. Forwarding 13 is no longer in the yard. Okay. So clear that off. We'll go to forward 13. It was a Q613 last time. I'm running another Q613, is that correct? Was that my instructions? If that's the case, I don't want to do that. Oh, 631. Okay. So if you haven't seen the AEI data, I'm not too sure if you're there, Jason, but I'll show you. So, what we do, a couple things. That we keep running. That can keep running, no problem. So over here, we go into our AI data, and we take this Waycross text document, which is what the RTS software parses. I'll learn to speak eventually. So this has gone through and dated every. It has the car types in there. So it parses it up and actually gets all the data, as well as a partial listing of the car types, so many characters. From there I can ascertain what the car type is. So A772, that's already been gone. I had to think about that for a second. Actually, I really got to think about that for a second. Because we did have an A772. Hold on a second. Problem is, I have to get a system in there that tells me when I actually have... Let me clear that up for a minute. Ready, R10, R08. According to that, no. I have something in R10, which I believe is 772. Okay, we're okay. F13 is the only one I have to worry about. Everything else is fine. So, have I edited this? Yes, I have. Okay, or I started editing it. So every time it boots up again, it's gonna spit out the same information. And 152 and 079, K800 and 079, G300 and 079, G300, Q545, that's the one from the south, K811, G300, G701, Q155, N079, Q228, I don't have to worry about that, N081, Q120, G296, K831, Q228, 180, 228, 127, K841, Q685. I'm not too sure about that one. I gotta find out what the hell that is. So I'll delete that. Leave Q685 in there for a minute because I want to find out what that is. I think that's already been dealt with, but I want to make sure. G296, 308, 124, 228, 116, 120, 155, 124, 831, 155, 300. There's a lot of reboots, and every time it reboots, it will spawn the same 3 trains. And some of them just repeat. I'm almost down to the bottom now. Q545. Yeah, I don't see it. .685 Q545. What train was that supposed to be? Maybe I didn't erase it when I was supposed to. It says that was supposed to be Q613. But I didn't see a Q613 in there. And as far as I know, forward 13 is empty. Yes, okay. Well, I'll just manually take it out of there then. So anything that's forwarding 13 is going to be deleted then. I would delete it anyways, but I just wanted to confirm it with the AEI data. Then I select that all back to there. Now there'll be some blanks in there, which is okay for now. We don't have to worry about that. But that takes out. So the only things we have in here in the yard right now are oh, wait a minute. We don't have RO1 and RO2. Which I believe those are our trains. And if they're not, I'm going to have to redo that because RO1, RO2 should have come in. So I haven't added RO1, RO2. Okay, let's add that in there. Yeah, Q685, Q541. I think that was it right there. There it is. Q685, Q545. Okay, I gotta do that again. Don't save that. The worst thing that can happen is something happen, or the software wasn't on, or who knows what. So what ones are we dealing with here? Q541, Q685. Q685, shit. Q685. Doesn't exist. Q541. That's bullshit, because it was there all going up. Q685. Okay, there's Q541 right there. Now the question is there a Q685? Go up. Oh, there is. Okay. So it is all there. Okay. Q685, Q541. That's the ones we need. Everything else has been dealt with. So we take this. 545 is not it. There it is. Okay, so there's Q685 starting. I saw it right here. So I delete that part. So that was back on July 14th at 10:47 p.m. I remember bringing them in that night because I brought them both in and around the same time. One came in, I think, at midnight or 11:12. It was before. It was after I went to bed. I know that. 541. Okay. So all this other stuff is just extra. So now we have the trains that we need. Hopefully I didn't undelete or didn't. Is that the last train? I don't like that. I hate to do that, but I don't trust myself. That I actually might have cropped it too fast. This is the problem with the manual. If I can get it to do this automatically, that would be much better and lead to less errors. Normally I don't have a problem, but there's so much data in here I haven't cleaned out lately because I haven't brought in too many trains. Okay, let's be careful this time. Okay, so I'm sure about that cropping. Right there. Good. Q541 right there. Good. It just seemed like a small, pretty small train. It is. It's a small train, that's why. It's just a smaller train. Okay. Fair enough. I didn't trust it. Okay, now I save it. So I've resaved the Waycross file. Assuming nothing's going by there right now, which there isn't. Nothing's going by the AIs right now to screw it up. So then we go ahead and we go into the spreadsheet. Now I could clean this data up a little bit here. I probably will do that. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that right now. So to do this, I will go in and I will sort this by AZ. Do I want to do that, or do I want to just let me just see here. Yeah, I can do that because it's already in order, so it'll sort everything else by AZ. I think everything else will be okay. R8, RO10, yep. And I'm losing some formulas for some stupid reason. And I'm not too sure why, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to delete them. Because I know what I did. I screwed up something. When I deleted that one train out of there, I should have deleted the whole thing like this. Not... because those formulas can be recopied. And we want to do that. And I'll show you why in a second. Okay, so we're good right now. We have exactly 529 pieces, not counting those two trains that we're going to add in. So at 531, what we do is wrong. I go over to here now, to the Waycross. I go File, New, nope, File, Import. I upload that Waycross file in there. There's no trains going through. It's not going to set off the AI detector. Got to be careful with this. I don't want to create a new spreadsheet. I want to replace the current sheet, detect automatically, import, and then we're here. From here I take the data from July 14th for Q685 and Q541. So this is all parsed data from the AI data and the RTS software. I go ahead and I can copy that. Then I go over to my AEI right here. Control Shift V. And it just did the formulas. It just did. So when talking about the actual feet, that's the other thing. The actual feet per car is also a decimal, I think. I don't think those are rounded numbers. So I got to get the actual feet per car type and engine type, and then I have to get the loaded and empty values for those. But I will send an email off to those. But those trains are now in there. So in here, what I do is I put a sequence in here. And the sequence just gives me an idea as to what it is, or the order it is, according to the AI when it came in. So 110 units, and this guy's got 3 units. And you can see it already has the setouts. It already has all the setouts ready to go. So I can then plan my moves accordingly. So 685 I think came into 2. So we've already did the importing. 685 came into RO2. And over on RO1, it wasn't as small as I thought it was. It just seemed that way. It's 106 units, so we now have in the yard at the moment we have 745 units, which isn't bad at all. Okay, and that's how we update the AI. It takes a little bit, but it's worth it because then you do the planning and then everything's good from there. Okay, so we want to go ahead and do our trimming first. Anyways, I'll check the chat out on that and see if you guys like that. Jason still be right back. Hopefully he saw that. I'll let him know about that to head on back to that if he didn't see that. I'd love to have it more automated than that, but it's pretty straightforward. Eventually, I'd love to have it into the software itself. Since I still have a few things that I want to tweak in that software, I'm not worried about it. I understand other routes have it, so I got to consider that. The new route has it. I'm not going to go out there and buy that route necessarily. I'm just, because I'm running a server right now. The fact that I'm actually taking the server down, as my son was saying, gives me an opportunity to run these other routes as well, if I want to. So I might do that, but we'll see. Okay, so what were we doing here before I got all distracted? I was thinking that as I was doing that, I was just like, wait a minute, I haven't set that up. So this is going to Mobile. Mobile's at the tail end of the train, the tail block. I want to do Baldwin first, you doofus. Or no, I don't. Doofus. I said that. The rate I'm going here, I'm only going to get 2 humps done tonight. Got a switch against me or something's going on here. Yep. What did I do? I probably thought it was on. Oh, wait a minute. I don't have a switch against me. I was looking at this thing and I thought, nah. I don't need that light. Just a light. I saw that and I thought that was that switch there. It's the one across from it. It's weird, 10:52 at night, and because I stopped the server now and stopped the time, it's 6:54. Which means summer's going to last longer. So I don't have anything from New Orleans on this one. Just Mobile. Yeah, man. Did you connect and I didn't hear you? Oh, you did, you bugger. Yeah. That's what I wanted. Going the wrong way. There we go. Night. Hey, Jason, you back? I'll have to tell him. I don't know if he saw that or not. Man, did I slow that down too quick, but now I don't want to stop it. Yeah. Come on. Just give me a little bit more. Just a bit more juice. That should do it. Did I forget something? I really screwed that one up. I forgot GFL. Should thought I hit it for there, but I guess I hit it for that last switch. Okay, fine. I already said this last time. I'll just double check. We're good. Yeah, I've never really thought of asking Jason for some of that information. Makes me wonder, as far as the original RTS software goes, I might be able to pull off some information as far as some of the block data. So what happens with the RTS software is it calculates in the XML where the block data is so that it corresponds to so each block data has every track may or may not have one or more block segments in it. They're all identified if they're using the same version as they did. I shouldn't say if they are, because they are using the same version from version 1 of the XMLs. And what it does is it tells you this is all, you know, just basically, like, you can't look at the XMLs anyways, but back when you could look at the XMLs, anybody could see this, and I actually taught people how to look through the XML, or sorry, not look through the XML, but actually what we used to do is we'd run trains down the track, and what did I used to call it? There was a term I used. Basically, you were plotting. You were mining for the data of the spawn points. by simply running a test train through a period of track where you wanted to spawn it. Then it pulled all that information, it went into a spreadsheet, and I was able to ascertain what data was required for each block, because I didn't have every route. Or, no, version 1 I had every route. But, I don't know when, no. Seligman came out in 2, I think. Pretty sure Seligman came out in 2. And I think the locks on... Yeah, the locks came in on 2. So, there's people screwing around with stuff back in version 1, so... They locked the files up. They didn't lock all the files up. There's a lot of files that haven't been locked up. But, which is great, because then I believe I still have access to the XMLs on the trains. Haven't used them. AEI data, of course, is available, which helps me do this. Okay, so now we put the head-end Baldwin in, and that will be our train. Let's see how long it is. I might put it down one of the local tracks. We'll see. So let's see, I could shoot it right down there. That's actually a benefit of Baldwin. I never saw that. Is I can run it. I can actually run it out of. Oh, I never noticed that. So there's an advantage of having Baldwin as a head end. I just realized that. I always wondered how I could use that, and I'm like, wait a minute. I can use the yard here, as opposed to the forwarding yard, for those particular moves. That's cool. Of course, I'd put it in the forwarding yard if I wasn't ready to forward it, because it's kind of like a storage type thing, you know. I always wondered what that track was for, because it was a block that we always used for. But Baldwin is the head end of any of the trains, or most of the trains that go down the Callahan sub. There's a head end block for Baldwin. I'm going to start using that. Let me just take a look at that here for a second. Yeah, Herco yard or whatever. Herco. 765. So Herco 3. I don't know the how much room I have, but we'll see in a minute. Am I on the right track? I think I am. Yeah, good enough. Come over here, I'll feel better. Give me that. So usually I pull ahead and go down 20, which would still give me the local yard. But that gives me Herco yard. Which I think I have pretty good access to the engine facility there. I should, anyways. If I want to get a quick and easy train out, all I have to do is mark it up as H20 and just set it down. I think I'll put 3 engines on this one though, regardless. Get some of that power out of here. Well, speaking of which, I don't know if I added the power to the other one. Oh, he's got a fair-sized train. Okay, I'm going to pull out down to the other end. Just wait a second here. I got to think about this. So if I run 3 engines right from here, I can then run Herco out of here. I think I'll do that. Anything I can do to save myself some time. 1, 2. Oh, I got 4 engines there. That'd be tempting. Do I want to? I got the power. I got the power. What we got on this track over here? Too much. 1, 2. Ah, there we go. There's our power set right there. Ooh. Okay. I forgot I gotta. So let me set this up the way I want it. Okay, you're gonna come right down here. You're not going to come down where I need you to. Okay, that's fine. But that's okay. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pull the head end out. Aha, you idiot. You're supposed to open the coupler. Come on. Helps if I take the Indy off. Alright, So I'm gonna run it out of here. Don't matter there. I still have to bring the power down. Okay. No, I want to be by the ready track. Where is it? It's over here. Then I gotta do a bit of a loop here. Make sure I can get out here. I'll need that track. So that's the other place you can get. You can put cars down this way and then run it out this way. I'll figure that out shortly. Oh crap, I didn't mean to do that. Did it twice, that's not good. Like those new buildings there. Do. Oh, I discovered them the last time I was running. Okay. Yeah, we're all set. Only thing I have to do is identify the train. Yeah. Now I gotta remember to restore that switch, because that would be asking for a lot of problems if I didn't do that. Does anything show up on here? Probably not, but wouldn't expect it to. First shot of the night, 11:20 p.m. Not bad. Alright, what's that train supposed to be? First of all, let me check the chat real quick. Not happening. So, Q631. Okay, here we go. I don't want to run it down this way. I want to run it down this track here, I think. Which means I have to go here, run it down there, we'll call it H20. Okay, then this just brings me right back down to here. Okay. Is it H20? Wait. Hold on a second here. It kind of is, but not really. No, it's not. This brings me right there. So now I'm on the second one inside. Okay. So that brings me to A3. Which already has a light set up for me, so I'm all good to go. So Q631. So what I want to do here is I want to get the guys out of the bowl that I just were dealing with. So to do that, I go location, clear that, go bowl. Okay. Now if I go to my original message, I can get the details that I want there. Baldwin GFL Mobile. So now from here, I go ahead, I clear all that, and I pick out Baldwin GFL and Mobile. That's sitting in the bowl. The train that I'm running is Q631. I didn't get the lead units. I got to get those. Yeah, so that's Q631 now. Okay. And we're going to put those into H20 because we're running it right out of there. So we'll run it out of location H20. Now I take this out. I select all of them again. I go ahead here. I select all of those. Now they're going to be all over the place, but that's okay. We don't care. Whoops, did I do that? Select all. So you'll see H20 show up at various things in here. Like there's some H20 there, there was some H20 towards the back end. There's not too much separation because there's not too much coming out of there. Lead units for this train. So we got 3 units. We got 5347. I don't know where that is, but 5347. That's a boxcar. Oh boy. That's going to be a hard one to find. Well, let's try. Well, I'll just keep looking in here. I'll find it. That's ironic that you have that number, and I'll find them. There. Nope, that's not it either. There it is. So Q631. So this is in H10 now. H10. What's the other units? $48.39, $48.43. 48, 39, 43? Because if that's the case, they're all together. We kept them as a set. Yeah, 48, 39. Okay, we're good. Now when I turn this over to H10, H20, we'll get it right. I think it's H20. I don't know. Let's try that again. That's better. Okay. So H20, and we start over here with 4, 5. We work our way down the sequence number. So we should have 97 cars. There's been times where that doesn't always the case, but '89, 96 cars. Oh yeah, 96 cars and 3 engines. So there we go. We're all set. Okay. So he's well out of the there. So now I'll go ahead and flick this switch back. I'll go ahead and I will flick this switch back. Not too worried about that one, but at least get that one back. All right. So now, with those out of the way, we'll go ahead and put that to select all. Okay. Oops, wrong one. So now when I look at the chart, you can see everything is lining up. So the next one we want to do is R08. I delete that now, and as you can see, since we've updated this, we now know we're okay. We're not going to run into an overfill issue this time around. So I'm now safe to literally let this thing hump and feel confident enough that this isn't going to cause an issue. New Orleans is capacity. There's already 1364 in New Orleans. This doesn't affect New Orleans. So, like with these cars already in there, everything's okay. Because cars are already in there, it's not a big deal. And those are the two. Like Mobile, Alabama doesn't have as many this time, and I'm not too sure about these guys over here, but I think there's a local in there. Oh yeah, we got to get that local out of there. So we got to hump that before we can run the other train. This is the one right here. That A753, which purple, I'm using purple is for anything that's Jacksonville. I want to get that one out of there before I run that supply train. Now it's 11:33 tonight. I don't think I'm going to get through to it. But what I want to do is, at the very least, I want to get the hump set up. Let it start running. And we should be good to go to let it go. As long as we know those numbers. After that, I could go ahead and do plans. So the only thing I have is that the power has to get let go. I'll make sure that's done in the morning. There's not too much else I can do. I mean, there's only 2 trains there that can be humped anyways. So, I mean, I can move the power out of there, but I'll just leave it for now. I think that one can go at any time. Yeah, because that's all going into, so I can actually, if I want to give an instruction now, Selkirk is, well, that's Savannah. Savannah's pretty much filled to the brim. I don't know about if there's any Savannahs on there. Let me just double check. Because if there is, I can't run it. Everything else I think is fine. There is no Savannahs. So because of that, I can safely say that that can go. So I can put an instruction in there. So now what I do is RO10 is going to be the next one to go. And that's only changing these ones here. When you look at remaining, you can see Savannah's at 192. It's actually, so that's that one. I should adjust some of these because that's not at 1250, but Jason's gonna get me some updates for those, so that's not a big deal. But that's okay. So R10 will be the next one to go. Then we'll run 1 and 2. I think we'll be okay. So he's leaving. I think we're okay. I'll get those other trains. So really, we're not doing too bad actually to keeping up. As far as the rest of it, I just have to. I think for now I'm okay, but I do want to improve things in Waycross so that I can better manage things even better. But right now it's doing pretty good. This is going to be attached to the other local that's going out, the supply train local, and we already have another local that I've already given build instructions for. So there is stuff to do in the Waycross end. Some of it's running a local, some of it's building, power movements, and what have you, but I won't worry about the humping of the last 2. That's okay. Let me get the last hump going though anyways, because I said I was going to do that. So, no, we don't want, is that what we want to do? Yeah, we want to do that one, because that has the rest of those A753s that we need. Is that running okay, or is that running into a track that's against it? I'm gonna double check that. It seems like it's running a lot slower than it should. Oh, okay. It had a track against it. Oh, now it's gonna throw it into the South Y because I screwed it up. At least it should. It canceled that signal. I think it's gonna bring it to the South Y now. Because I got it coming up the J1. Hasn't done it yet though. canceled that signal, but I got it coming up at J1, so I think this is the only thing it has to do. No, that's South Y. J3 is... J3's here. J1's here. Why aren't you getting a signal? I mean, I'll give you this one if you need it that bad. That one it did okay. I guess it was because I was already on the switch. There it goes. Alright. That was my fault. Alright, let's do the last let's do the last run. I guess he was already on. Who knows? Whatever. Yeah, I'm going back and forth here like a yo-yo. Okay, let's get back into Waycross here. R08's the next one. So... But I have engines down there somewhere. What do I have the engines down on? Oh, I got them down 3? I guess I have them down 3, huh? But I did. Always such a satisfying feeling of going through the whole system and then having a train leave, so I do miss Sudbury, and I think sometimes I get a little bit obsessed with that because I really would love to have that. I think seeing something like that in Run8 would be so friggin' cool. But you know, you can only do so much. Maybe someday. Oh crap, I gotta go right out of there. I gotta come all the way out before I can do that. Certainly turning over the yard a lot faster. But I think I want to do better than that. really want to turn that EOT off, but anyways, it is what it is. Whoops! Thought I had a speed control on, but I guess not. Okay. So he's all set to go. So that's the one in R08. So what we do there is we go ahead and we go into AEI. There it is. Okay. And the stuff that's in H20, what I can do there is I can basically delete them right out. Now it's going to show up on the AEI, but I already know what it is. So I got to be careful here because they're all over the place. Tell you what we'll do. We'll go ahead and we will do H20. We'll go ahead and do that. I'll go ahead and take out those. 134 rows selected. That doesn't seem right. That I don't like doing. I don't like doing it that way because I'm deleting more than just one, so I'm not going to do that. So forget I did that. Got to be careful when you filter everything because then when you try to delete stuff, copying isn't so bad. It's the whole deletion thing that you got to be careful with. So let me see if I can find them all. So we got the ones here, up to bowl. I go ahead and delete those selector rows, sorry. Actually, you know something? I'm going to undo all that. Something I don't like. There's something the way it just came across that I did not like. Okay. So let me see what kind of blocks we got. Oh, we got 2. Something I didn't like about that. There's no filters on, but there's sorts. And I don't know if that's what's causing it or what, but I didn't like it when it deleted it the first time. So let me just make sure it's actually deleting it properly. So at 287, okay, that seems okay. There shouldn't be anything above that. There isn't. Now we want to get rid of 291. To 348. There's the 3 locals. Oops, something happened there. Okay, I think we're okay now. Nope, I still see an H20 in there. I still see H20s in there. Holy crap. That must have been some of the leftovers down below, I hope. I think we're all on RO1, RO2, bull. Ready, LO9, ready, local, receiving 10, and then the trim units. I think we're okay now. Alright, fair enough. So this is humping away. So it's 11:59. I might, and I can be confident just by what everything looks like there that everything is fine. Man, he gets really close, huh? Oh, yeah, switch against him, but he... I'm just gonna put him back a bit. Don't like him there. Don't like him following that switch, put it that way. I can't even find it on there. What yard is he in? He's in the south. Oh, he's in between. Should be fine now. Yeah, I'm locked them in now. Alright. Everything's going okay. Got to meet at Barganza. Everything's going okay there. So everything's going okay with the hump. I'm going to go find my cubbyhole space. Park it for the evening. So I believe it said A753 was going to be fine. So I'll find my cubbyhole space. It's just a little beach over here somewhere. I always like it because it gets me away from everything. I think it's over here. It's one of these places. I don't see it though. Where is it? Oh, there it is. I see it. I find these beaches are, you're out of the way of everything. Or deserts or whatever the heck they are. Okay, so we're okay here. That's all set up. Now what I want to do is in these notes here, power can be removed from inbound trains. R09 can be humped. R09 and R08. Well, Q631 has been sent out, has been built and sent out. So now what I can do is copy this, power from R10 in the last car. So it's the same instructions basically, but I'm going to add one to it. Power from R10 for the last local can be removed. Once R10 power has been removed, it can be humped. There we go. And the AI is up to date for Waycross, and we're all set. Just like that. So, a little bit more optimism in the last 24 hours. Like I said, I get a little obsessed. This morning I was thinking about it, and I was just like, yeah, I don't know. Some days I don't know, but we'll see. And we had a couple faces I hadn't seen in a while that were on earlier today, so that's always nice to see. Anyways, that's it for now, guys. So I'm going to go ahead, leave the AI on I'm gonna go ahead and call it for the night, guys. I'm gonna be back tomorrow morning, but I won't be live. The server will be down for its scheduled 1 p.m. till 9 p.m. Outage. That's part of the new schedule that I was talking about earlier. And then it'll be back up at 9 o'clock tomorrow night. I don't know if I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow or not. We'll wait and see how things go. I do have work to get done and all that other stuff. So, anyways, hope you enjoyed that. Have a good one. We'll talk to you later. See ya.